you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or any of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Go Ghostbusters! Our courteous and efficient staff is on call 24 hours a day to serve all your supernatural elimination needs.
We're ready to believe you!
Okay, hear me out. You don't ghost, you actually say what's wrong.
Hello my friends, welcome to the RP Experience. And my brothers and sisters, welcome. Hit the like button. I give you a second to do that. I was checking something on my computer. Make sure the volume was up, because I just did this video but I had my headphones in, and then when I saw the recordings it was like really low. So I had to do it all over again. So I'm not sure I'm going to be on as I was the previous ones, because sometimes I'm the first take master. You know, I do real good sometimes my first take, and then when I do multiple takes things start messing up. But anyway, so yeah, we hit the like button, and I gave you a chance to do that. Thank you. And subscribe and share. Okay, today's video is going to be about ghosting and how immature it is, really. Now, I know I made a video that I did ghost a girl, and I did this a couple of times through the years for various reasons. My reason for ghosting her was she came on like a bit too strong. Now, this was when I was younger. I was in the Navy and I was stationed in Hawaii. I put this on my Who's the Gentleman video. You need to check that out. Is with my mini series about the different types of men. But anyway, yeah, so looking back, I didn't handle that well. You know, is ways I could at least let her know what was going on in my mind, and that way she wouldn't be hurt and confused later, you know. So both men and women do this, because I had women ghost me over the years as well. So, you know, sometimes I guess it was karma, but like I think people should really communicate a lot better, you know. So anyway, I have a couple videos here, and I'm going to play this first one first, you know. This is definitely not going to be a long video, because this is not a subject I can go really in depth with, because I mean it's pretty simple and to the point. So anyway, let me play the first one.
Got ghosted after what I thought was one of the best first dates I've ever been on, so let's do a story time. I honestly feel so embarrassed, but whatever. Me and this guy have been talking for a month before we met, which is important to remember. Met on Saturday, and immediately I felt super comfortable around him, no awkward silences, and the conversation just flowed really well. Everything just felt very natural, and at the end of the date, he even started talking about his availability for the next week because he wanted to see me again. When I got home from the date, he texted me and said, "Thanks for coming out, I loved hanging out with you," and again, talked about a second date. Texted like normal a little bit the next day, but then he stopped responding around like 5 p.m. on Sunday, but I didn't think anything of it. Before you know it, it's Monday night, it's been 24 hours, and I haven't heard anything, and that's when I knew. I can't even tell you how confused I was because we've been talking every day for a month and then we met and had such a good first date. He said all of these words of affirmation and then just silence. Wheels in your head just start to turn and you think there's like a million things wrong with you. I think ghosting is the most disrespectful form of rejection, but I believe the universe is always looking out for us. Any man that is that emotionally immature that they can't have a conversation with me is not the man for me. This whole time I've been getting ready for another first date. This guy is, so stay tuned for the update.
Okay, so as you can see, this is what makes ghosting suck, because you could be like dating, getting to know a person, and you've been talking, and then you're like, the person should kind of know you at least a bit by now, and then all of a sudden it's cold radio silence and stuff like that, and then you're like thinking like, what did I do wrong? Did I do something? I must have messed up in some kind of way. Now being older now, I know a lot of times what probably happened was the person, either they met somebody else that they liked better, or the person that they liked better came back into their life, and then you just got kicked to the side of the road. To women quite a bit. Usually it happens after, the guy has smashed you, and I assume a lot of times that happens with the Chaz and Tyrones, or the players, sometimes the Pookies and Ray Rays too. But that's why I think as women you need to choose your men like better, or either know where you line up in dating stats, because if you're one of the top tier women, that should happen to you a bit less than, unless if you have a reputation of being a 304, then obviously that's when that can get totally out of control. So my heart goes out to you if you are going through this and you kind of don't know what's going on or something like that, but part of it is on you. They should communicate better, and just don't drive yourself crazy, ladies. Anyway, I have a video for the male perspective of how we get ghosted as well. Let's listen.
Listen, you gotta stop taking it so personal when people ghost you or leave you. I'm gonna give you two great reasons. Number one, they're breaking up with a perception of you, not you. You know who the fuck you are. You've walked in your shoes for 20, 30 years. They haven't. They've met a version of you. What, you guys hang out a couple times? You texted a month? You think that's it? You think they know you? They don't. So stop letting other people's perceptions of you change what you think about yourself. That's number one. Number two, people don't change. Who they were when you met them is who they are now, is who they're going to be in the future. Let me give you an example. I used to talk to this girl, super hot. I knew she was trouble, super hot. Dated for 4 months. She leaves me for this guy with a fuck ton of money and a fuck ton of clout. Taking her to Tokyo, Tulum, all this bullshit. I was distraught. I was killed. I was like, I don't have enough money. I'm not cool enough. I killed myself for a year. Turns out a year later, she cheats on him. How they treat you is how they're going to treat other people. Learn that.
And that's exactly how it goes. 90% of the time when someone ghosts you, it has something to do with somebody else coming in that they found more favorable. So, pretty much. And actually, he looked like the type that wouldn't get ghosted. He probably ghosted some girls too. But the way he got ghosted, and obviously she leveled up to another guy that had more money and stuff. And then obviously what happened? Now of course though, we're only hearing his. Like I say, usually when women are telling a story, you only hear like one side as well. But but as I guess he must have been somewhat close to the situation, or they had common friends, because he found out that she ended up cheating on that guy that she left him for. And that reminds me, like, with that relationship after my marriage had ended, a relationship will by Coach Greg Adams video reaction that I had, that, you know, I felt like she did the same thing that she did with her ex-boyfriend. I'm talking about that girl after that it took me a while to get over. I don't know if she did it to the guy after that. And I know she wasn't a bad person, but I should have known by the group that she kind of hung with that she probably picked that up from them. So that's why I do think with women, you have to look at the group that they hang with. Yes, women, you can look at the group that the guy hangs with. That affects y'all as much, because if the guy that he hangs with is popular, even if they're like assholes, as long as they're funny or exciting, it seems like y'all let that go. So for men though, that kind of don't care about her friends one way or another, if she has like toxic friends or friends that be doing like shady stuff or something like that, take that in account and maybe don't mess with her like that. You know, just saying, as a thing. And thinking back about a girl that ghosted me, that I remember I might have came on a little too strong with her or something, because I know I was messaging her a bit too much or something. And she was a Libra, by the way. You know, I know quite a few Libras. I normally get along with them pretty well, but I know they have that tendency to, I don't think it's always on purpose, but yeah, they'll do that. But a Pisces do that too. But see, at least in my case, when I do that, usually I'm like, well, it's not really ghosting. It's kind of like I might not answer the phone or something like that. But at least now I'll at least let a person know, like, hey, I got a lot on my mind right now. I don't really feel like talking to anybody. So, and just leave it like that. But that's usually my reason for like taking a step back socially from people sometimes. But I remember that this girl ghosted me, and you know, I didn't get mad at her. You know, I kind of, because I know the only reason I would not excuse a girl for, well, I would excuse a girl for ghosting is if it's kind of a safety concern or something. Like if a guy's stalking you or something like that, or you feel like in danger, of course you don't feel like explaining like why you want them to leave you the hell alone. In that case, I get it, but that's the only time I think it's okay to like ghost and don't say anything. But anyway, with her, she had did it, and we kind of started like talking again to only because we had like mutual friends and stuff like that. And I used to call her K, or was it an N? I'm bad with names sometimes, but you know, I would call her K, the friendly ghost. Hey, how are you doing? Or something like that. I never pursued her again, because I mean, she was really attractive, but you know, as I got to know her a little bit more, you know, she could be a little something else. I won't get off of that right now. So that's it with the video. Like I say, this was gonna be like a short one, and you guys take care and have a good night. And I really need to get something done with that fire alarm thing, because I cannot replace that battery because the way that they have it screwed on. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Out.
Okay, hear me out. You don't ghost, you actually say what's wrong.
I still wanna run to you.